Now that you've created your opt-out tags, you've labeled them, reordered them, and you set the tagging method here to where it basically says, what boxes to check by default and what not to check. So you've gotten this far. Now what we're going to do is create the actual opt-out page and some of the merge links. There's another option here to allow the contacts to set their email marketing status, and that's very important to do, but we're not going to cover that in this video. So let's click on this link for the opt-out page and merge links. And right now we don't have a page created on cpboatstorage.com. There's not like a manage email page or anything like that. Now if you had one, you could select one, but I'm just going to click create an opt-out page. And so the plugin is basically just going to create a stock WordPress page, and it's going to add the short codes to the page for you. So these are the links that you're going to actually put into your emails. You're going to point them to this manage email page that the plugin created, and you're going to merge the contact ID and the email. But let's look at the page first to make sure it looks okay. This is just a sample link that we found from the first Infusionsoft contact that we grabbed out of your account. So I'm going to click on this, and here's the page that was created. So by default it's using this template. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. If you wanted to change the template to full width or change whatever you want, that's completely up to you. But what this does is by default we just say welcome, and then we put the user's first name, and we have a little bit of text here about how they can manage their email preferences. And then the plugin generates these checkboxes and then puts a little save button here. So let's look at what that actually looks like in WordPress. So this is all it is. It says welcome, first name. You can manage your email preferences and whatnot. So if you wanted to maybe take that out or change this text or put some text after the box or some images, feel free to do it. So now if we go back to the page where it generated the check boxes, it says welcome. It doesn't have anything, and then it says sorry, something went wrong, the link you clicked was set up incorrectly. That's because the parameters are not here for the contact ID and the email, so you have to make sure these parameters are present. So I'm just going to go back to the WordPress plugin and click on the example link, or well, here's the page right here, so I'll just use this one. So whenever someone clicks on the link, hopefully you've merged these fields into your email link and this renders correctly. So if I look up this contact, I'm just going to pull this email address, and here he is in Infusionsoft, and he has no contacts or no tags right now. So if I go here and say, I don't want tips and tricks, and I don't want anything about webinars, but I do want to receive billing and maybe promotion. So I'm going to hit save on that. And so basically what we expect is that he got the tips and trick opt-out tag and the webinar opt-out tag. So if we refresh this guy and look at his tags, you should see the tips and tricks opt-out tag and the webinars opt-out tag. So at this point in your campaigns, you should use these tags appropriately and make sure that you're sending them content not related to tips and tricks, because he opted out of that. So that's up to you on how you set up your campaigns and follow-up sequences, but just use these tags to remove them from that content. Now if he happened to uncheck everything and say don't send me anything about your boat storage, they could click save, and what that's going to do is give him the opt-out of everything tag. So I'm going to refresh this guy, and he basically said opt out of everything. And even though, and he still has all these other tags because he unchecked all this stuff. So that should say, that should cue you. So if you send any kind of broadcasts to your email list, make sure that you don't include these people. So that's how the opt-out tags work. Now if you want someone to fully opt out, to actually set their email address as opt out, that's what we're going to cover in the next video.